rings below. Huygens called reassuringly, "Easy there," and went on with his work. He finished a climate report and fed figures to a computer, and while it hummed over them, he entered the inventory totals in the station log, showing what supplies remained. Then he began to write up the log proper. "Sitka Pete," he wrote, "has apparently solved the problem of killing individual SpheXes. He has learned that it doesn't do to hug them, and that his claws can't penetrate their hide, not the top hide anyhow. Today Semper notified us that a pack of SpheXes had found the scent trail to the station. Sitka hid downwind until they arrived. Then he charged from the rear and brought his paws together on both sides of a SpheX's head in a terrific pair of slaps. It must have been like two 12-inch shells arriving from opposite directions at the same time. It must have scrambled the SpheX's brains as if they were eggs. It dropped dead. He killed two more with such mighty pairs of wallops. Sourdough Charlie watched, grunting, and when the SpheXes turned on Sitka, he charged in his turn. I, of course, couldn't shoot too close to him, so he might have fared badly, but that Pharaoh Nell came pouring out of the bear quarters to help. The diversion enabled Sitka Pete to resume the use of his new technique, towering on his hind legs and swinging his paws in the new and grisly fashion. The fight ended promptly. Semper flew and screamed above the scrap, but as usual did not join in. Note: Nugget, the cub, tried to mix in, but his mother cuffed him out of the way. Sourdough and Sitka ignored him as usual. Codius Champion's genes are sound. The noises of the night went on outside. There were notes like organ tones, song lizards. There were the tittering, giggling cries of night walkers, not to be tittered back at. There were sounds like tack hammers and doors closing, and from every direction came noises like hiccups in various keys. These were made by the improbable small creatures which on Lauren 2 took the place of insects. Huygens wrote out, "Sitka seemed ruffled when the fight was over. He painstakingly used his trick on every dead or wounded Sphex, except those he'd killed with it, lifting up their heads for his pile-driver-like blows from two directions at once, as if to show Sourdough how it was done. There was much grunting as they hauled the carcasses to the incinerator. It almost seemed—" The arrival bell clanged, and Huygens jerked up his head to stare at it. Semper, the eagle, opened icy eyes. He blinked. Noises. There was a long, deep, contented snore from below. Something shrieked out in the jungle. Hiccups, clatterings, and organ notes. The bell clanged again. It was a notice that a ship aloft somewhere had picked up the beacon beam, which only Codius Company's ships should know about, and was communicating for a landing. But there shouldn't be any ships in this solar system just now. This was the only habitable planet of the sun, and it had been officially declared uninhabitable by reason of inimical animal life, which meant SpheXes. Therefore, no colony was permitted, and the Codius Company broke the law. And there were few graver crimes than unauthorized occupation of a new planet. The bell clanged a third time. Huygens swore. His hand went out to cut off the beacon, but that would be useless. Radar would have fixed it and tied it in with physical features like the nearby sea and the Sear Plateau. The ship could find the place anyhow and descend by daylight. "The devil!" said Huygens, but he waited yet again for the bell to ring. A Codius Company ship would double ring to reassure him, but there shouldn't be a Codius Company ship for months. The bell clanged singly. The space phone dial flickered, and a voice came out of it, tinny from stratospheric distortion. "Calling ground, calling ground. Crete line ship Odysseus calling ground on Lauren 2. Landing 1 passenger by boat. Put on your field lights." Huygens' mouth dropped open. A Codius Company ship would be welcome. A colonial survey ship would be extremely unwelcome, because it would destroy the colony and Sitka and Sourdough and Pharaoh Nell and Nugget and Semper, and carry Huygens off to be tried for unauthorized colonization and all that it implied. but a commercial ship, landing one passenger by boat. There were simply no circumstances under which that would happen. Not to an unknown, illegal colony. Not to a furtive station. Huygens flicked on the landing field lights. He saw the glare in the field outside. Then he stood up and prepared to take the measures required by discovery. He packed the paperwork he'd been doing into the disposal safe. He gathered up all personal documents and tossed them in. Every record, every bit of evidence that the Codius Company maintained at the station went into the safe. He slammed the door. He touched his finger to the disposal button, which would destroy the contents and melt down even the ashes past their possible use for evidence in court. Then he hesitated. If it were a survey ship, the button had to be pressed, and he must resign himself to a long term in prison. But a Crete line ship, if the space phone told the truth, was not threatening. It was simply unbelievable. He shook his head. He got into travel garb and armed himself. He went down into the bear quarters, turning on lights as he went. There were startled snufflings, and Sitka Pete reared himself very absurdly to a sitting position to blink at him. Sourdough Charlie lay on his back with his legs in the air. He found it cooler, sleeping that way. He rolled over with a thump. He made snorting sounds which somehow sounded cordial. Pharaoh Nell padded to the door of her separate apartment, assigned her so that Nugget would not be underfoot to irritate the big males. Huygens, as the human population of Lauren II, faced the workforce, fighting force, and, with Nugget, 4/5 of the terrestrial non-human population of the planet. They were mutated Kodiak bears, descendants of that Codius champion for whom the Codius Company was named. Sitka Pete was a good 2,200 pounds of lumbering, intelligent carnivore. Sourdough Charlie would weigh within 100 pounds of that figure. Pharaoh Nell was 1,800 pounds of female charm and ferocity. The Nugget poked his muzzle around his mother's furry rump to see what was toward, and it was 600 pounds of ursine infancy. The animals looked at Huygens expectantly. If he'd had Semper riding on his shoulder, they'd have known what was expected of them. "Let's go," said Huygens. "It's dark outside, but somebody's coming, and it may be bad." He unfastened the outer door of the bear quarters. Sitka Pete went charging clumsily through it. A forthright charge was the best way to develop any situation, if one was an oversized male Kodiak bear. Sourdough went lumbering after him. There was nothing hostile immediately outside. Sitka stood up on his hind legs. He reared up a solid 12 feet and sniffed the air. Sourdough methodically lumbered to one side and then the other, sniffing in his turn. Nell came out, 9/10 of a ton of daintiness, and rumbled admonitorily at Nugget, who trailed her closely. Huygens stood in the doorway, his night-sighted gun ready. He felt uncomfortable at sending the bears ahead into a Lauren II jungle at night, but they were qualified to scent danger, and he was not. The illumination of the jungle in the wide path toward the landing field made for weirdness in the look of things. There were arching giant ferns and columnar trees which grew above them, and the extraordinary lanceolate underbrush of the jungle. The flood lamps, set level with the ground, lighted everything from below. The foliage, then, was brightly lit against the black night sky, brightly lit enough to dim out the stars. There were astonishing contrasts of light and shadow everywhere. "On ahead," commanded Huygens, waving. "Hup!" He swung the bear quarters door shut. He moved toward the landing field through the lane of lighted forest. The two giant male Kodiaks lumbered ahead. Sitka Pete dropped to all fours and prowled. Sourdough Charlie followed closely, swinging from side to side. Huygens came alertly behind the two of them, and Pharaoh Nell brought up the rear with Nugget following her closely. It was an excellent military formation for progress through dangerous jungle. Sourdough and Sitka were advance guard and point, respectively, while Pharaoh Nell guarded the rear. With Nugget to look after, she was especially alert against attack from behind. Huygens was, of course, the striking force. His gun fired explosive bullets which would discourage even Spexes, and his night sight, a cone of light which went on when he took up the trigger slack, told exactly where they would strike. It was not a sportsmanlike weapon, but the preachers of Lauren 2 were not sportsmanlike antagonists. The Nightwalkers, for example. But Nightwalkers feared light. They attacked only in a species of hysteria if it were too bright. Huygens moved toward the glare at the landing field. His mental state was savage. The Codius Company station on Lauren 2 was completely illegal. It happened to be necessary from one point of view, but it was still illegal. The tinny voice on the space phone was not convincing in ignoring that illegality. But if a ship landed, Huygens could get back to the station before men could follow, and he'd have the disposal safe turned on in time to protect those who'd sent him here. But he'd heard the faraway and high harsh roar of a landing boat rocket, not a ship's bellowing tubes, as he made his way through the unreal-seeming brush. The roar grew louder as he pushed on, and the 3 big Kodiaks padding here and there, sniffing thoughtfully, making a perfect defensive-offensive formation for the particular conditions of this planet. He reached the edge of the landing field, and it was blindingly bright, with the customary divergent beams slanting skyward so a ship could check its instrument landing by sight. Landing fields like this had been standard once upon a time. Nowadays, all developed planets had landing grids, monstrous structures which drew upon ionospheres for power, and lifted and drew down starships with remarkable gentleness and unlimited force. This sort of landing field would be found where a survey team was at work, or where some strictly temporary investigation of ecology or bacteriology was underway, or where a newly authorized colony had not yet been able to build its landing grid. Of course, it was unthinkable that anybody would attempt a settlement in defiance of the law. Already, as Huygens reached the edge of the scorched open space, the night creatures had rushed to the light.
I'm out of here.
Losers. Hope you are doing fine. Hope you enjoy our game. This is a hard game.
Mark 2.
I've
got your trail.
There's 2
You
MB.
will not kill my allies.
Now 3.
Cutting their vision. Spike planted. Last player standing.
Nice try.
Last round in the half. Need a drop. Thank you.
I need a drop.
Go, go, go! Gotta go!
Omen last round, guys.
I'm out of here. Marked 1. There.
I didn't even fucking see Sage, my bad.
Smart move. Go, go, go.
Oh man.
Adapt or die! One enemy remaining. Spike down B. Last player standing. Spike planted.
Nice. Very
Great
nice.
job.
Where?
There.
My ultimate is ready.
Switching sides.
Pry open their minds. Find the weakness.
Let's go with it fast. 6-6
Gotta
is
go.
very good for defense.
Let me throw my bug.
Okay, okay. Once we push a little bit deeper, I'll try revealing them.
Yeah, same with my bug.
Okay, okay.
Please do not let me die. Please, please.
I'll try, I'll try.
Not yet. After a box.
Go, go, go!
Where are you?
Marked one.
Fucking wall.
There.
Smoke.
You're nothing. Reloading.
Enemy spotted. A.
Coming through.
Stage 52.
Reloading. I'm out of here.
Enemy spotted.
Spike planted.
Fuck, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. On platform.
Last player standing.
Ah, okay.
All good, guys. Let's do the same, but this time I go over the wall with the bug.
Okay, okay, okay. The tactic was good, the initiation wasn't.
No, Sage balled. I forgot that she could do.
I hit them with explosives.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Then you go in.
Just buy small armor with pistol
need a
and
drop.
we push.
Gracias.
Go, go, go!
We shift.
I will rip the light from them.
Shift.
I'll find you. Gotta
Drone
go!
going out.
Marked one.
Wall again?
Enemy A.
Has it. Sage has it.
Enemy spotted. A. All missiles away.
Reloading.
So does Reyna for once?
I'm out of here.
Behind the wall.
Last player
Fuck,
standing.
sorry, didn't see.
Spike down A.
Let's go B, guys.
So smart, by the way.
They think they know pain. They can't begin to comprehend it.
Go, go, go!
Let's change. Let's go B.
We go B, play smart, just
I'm
hold
out of
angles.
here.
I will watch out. Watch out for Sky. She's really good at.
Her utilities and shit.
Watch your step. Cover going out.
Where are you? Gotta go!
Drone going out. Shadows traveling.
Enemy B.
We have raise on B.
Reloading. Last player standing.
Behind.
Team
Fuck, I
Ace.
didn't see it. I'm so sorry.
I'll make them remember. They're only human.
I'm out of here.
Let's go from mid.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we can try.
I will rip their hearts out.
Throwing bug, throwing bug.
Locating target.
Shift. You don't shift.
Drone is down.
Bring them down.
Grenade is
There,
live.
Yafasha.
Spike here.
Spike down mid. Gotta go.
I got the spike.
You will not kill my allies.
Last player standing.
Ah, it's gonna be difficult.
All missiles away.
We need a good plan, guys.
No, then, Papaja. If you compromise your position, you hand them
Go,
up
go,
to
go.
kill. Don't.
Yes, we are. I don't know why didn't you pick mid with me. It's like 5 of us there and no one picked with me. And no one traded.
Lo tenemos, hermanos.
Shift. You don't shift. Always run.
Marked one. I'm out of here.
Enemy spotted. Hey,
Back off.
locating target. One suppressed. Magnition.
Oh wait, my ult's ready.
Reloading. All missiles away.
Spike down A.
140 right now.
I'm out of here.
Behind the ridge.
Behind.
One enemy remaining.
My ultimate is
Nice.
ready.
Nice. Very nice.
Finally.
Take Vandal.
Come on, this is our time to shine.
I feel the strain. Block it out, Omen.
Go, go, go.
I need a drop. Gracias.
Gotta go. Go, go, go.
If you go A, we need someone to watch our backup.
Wait, Omen,
Anyone
can you
feeling
buy me
generous?
Vandal, please? You have money.
Re-
Check
plus.
your life. Thank
Arena,
you.
you watch our back.
Gotta go.
Enemy spotted. A.
No fucking way, man.
Spot
Last
behind.
player standing. Spike down A.
Cutting their vision.
One enemy remaining.
3 souls. Still in sight. I have the spike.
Nice try.
Nice try.
Thanks.
Their teeth will chatter in the cold and dark.
All hold behind, so let's just go with it again.
I'm out of here. I'll show them. Lintik kayo.
Shift.
I've got your trail.
All missiles away. Drone going out. Drone is down.
Sky's falling.
Enemy target spawn.
Dust.
Fire in the hole.
Spike down A.
Wait, he ult.
Blocking.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Enemy
Last player standing.
Nice.
That was their best, ba? Not impressed.
Thank you.
Their lives are so meaningless. Might
No
as
worries.
well give them to me.
Let's just
Need a drop.
focus and win. 3 more rounds to tap.
Neon nearby.
I'm out of here.
Neon, can you buy?
Thank you.
Of course.
Go, go, go.
Can you be quiet on A?
Weapons up. Comms open.
I'm gonna push B. Just to make some noise to fake.
Shift, shift.
Be quiet on it, don't do big noise.
My ult's ready.
Enemy spotted. B.
Be clear.
Enemy B.
Silent.
Be clear, be clear.
Mid. Fuck, minus 40 Reyna and minus 40 Sage. Plus raise on mid.
This is how it ends.
Our spike's down. Go, go,
Spike
go.
down A.
Blind fruits.
Last player standing.
Raise dead. I have the spike.
30 seconds left.
Nice try.
That's right.
Match point.
One dream ends, another begins. Gotta go. Gotta go.
No problem. Go.
Spike down B.
Have the spike. Or die! Reloading.
Last player standing.
GG.
Very good.
You will not kill my ally.
GG's.
Defenders
Well
win.
That was nice. Let's see, boys. Fury Alka. I will come back very fast. Stay tuned.
Like moths on earth. The air was misty with crazily gyrating, tiny flying things. They were innumerable and of every possible form and size, from the white midges of the night and multi-winged flying worms to those revoltingly naked-looking larger creatures which might have passed for plucked flying monkeys if they had not been carnivorous and worse. The flying things soared and whirred and danced and spun insanely in the glare. They made peculiarly plaintive humming noises. They almost formed a lamplit ceiling over the cleared space. They did hide the stars. Staring upward, Huygens could just barely make out the blue-white flame of the spaceboat's rocket through the fog of wings and bodies. The rocket flame grew steadily in size. Once, apparently, it tilted to adjust the boat's descending course. It went back to normal. A speck of incandescence at first, it grew until it was like a great star, and then a more than brilliant moon, and then it was a pitiless glaring eye. Huygens averted his gaze from it. Sitka Pete sat lumpily, more than a ton of him, and blinked wisely at the dark jungle away from the light. Sourdough ignored the deepening, increasing rocket roar. He sniffed the air delicately. Pharaoh Nell held Nugget firmly under one huge paw and licked his head as if tidying up to be seen by company. Nugget wriggled. The roar became that of 10,000 thunders. A warm breeze blew outward from the landing field. The rocket boat hurled downward, and its flame touched the mist of flying things, and they shriveled and burned and were hot. Then there were churning clouds of dust everywhere, and the center of the field blazed terribly, and something slid down a shaft of fire and squeezed it flat and sat on it, and the flame went out. The rocket boat sat there, resting on its tail fins, pointing toward the stars from which it came. There was a terrible silence after the tumult. Then, very faintly, the noises of the night came again. There were sounds like those of organ pipes, and very faint and apologetic noises like hiccups. All these sounds increased, and suddenly Huygens could hear quite normally. Then a side port opened with a quaint sort of clattering, and something unfolded from where it had been inset into the hull of the spaceboat, and there was a metal passageway across the flame-hated space on which the boat stood. A man came out of the port. He reached back in and shook hands very formally. He climbed down the ladder rungs to the walkway. He marched above the steaming, baked area, carrying a travelling bag. He reached the end of the walk and stepped gingerly to the ground. He moved hastily to the edge of the clearing. He waved to the spaceboat. There were ports. Perhaps someone returned the gesture. The walkway folded briskly back up to the hull and vanished in it. A flame exploded into being under the tail fins. There were fresh clouds of monstrous choking dust and a brightness like that of a sun. There was noise past the possibility of endurance. Then the light rose swiftly through the dust cloud and sprang higher and climbed more swiftly still. When Huygens's ears again permitted him to hear anything, there was only a diminishing mutter in the heavens, and a small bright speck of light ascending to the sky and swinging eastward as it rose to intercept the ship which had let it descend. The night noises of the jungle went on. Life on Lauren 2 did not need to heed the doings of men. But there was a spot of incandescence in the day-bright clearing, and a short, brisk man looked puzzledly about him with a travelling bag in his hand. Huygens advanced toward him as the incandescence dimmed. Sourdough and Sitka preceded him. Pharaoh Nell trailed faithfully, keeping a maternal eye on her offspring. The man in the clearing stared at the parade they made. It would be upsetting, even after preparation, to land at night on a strange planet, and to have the ship's boat and all links with the rest of the cosmos depart, and then to find oneself approached, it might seem stalked, by two colossal male Kodiak bears, with a third bear and a cub behind them. A single human figure in such company might seem irrelevant. The new arrival gazed blankly. He moved, startledly. Then Huygens called, "Hello there! Don't worry about the bears. They're friends." Sitka reached the newcomer. He went warily downwind from him and sniffed. The smell was satisfactory. Man smell. Sitka sat down with a solid impact of more than a ton of bear meat landing on packed dirt. He regarded the man amiably. Sourdough said, "Whoosh," and went on to sample the air beyond the clearing. Huygens approached. The newcomer wore the uniform of the Colonial Survey. That was bad. It bore the insignia of a senior officer. Worse. "Ha!" said the just-landed man. "Where are the robots? What in all the 19 hells are these creatures? Why did you shift your station? I'm Roan, here to make a progress report on your colony." Huygens said, "What colony?" "Lauren 2 robot installation." Then Roan said indignantly, "Don't tell me that idiot skipper dropped me off at the wrong place. This is Lauren 2, isn't it? And this is the landing field. But where are your robots? You should have the beginning of a grid up. What the devil's happened here, and what are these beasts? Huygens grimaced. This, he said politely, is an illegal, unlicensed settlement. I'm a criminal. These beasts are my confederates. If you don't want to associate with criminals, you needn't, of course, but I doubt if you'll live till morning unless you accept my hospitality while I think over what to do about your landing. In reason, I ought to shoot you. Pharaoh Nell came to a halt behind Huygens, which was her proper post in all outdoor movement. Nugget, however, saw a new human. Nugget was a cub, and therefore friendly. He ambled forward ingratiatingly. He was 4 feet high at the shoulders, on all fours.
Hey, guys!
Okay, let's go. Let's go, my friends. Let's make a good game. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I stream every day in the afternoon.
Alright, get on site, plant spike, protect spike, go home, reloading. I'm out of here. Go, go, go!
Target spotted
Gotta go!
A. Target spotted A.
Dropping smokes. Have one of these.
Target
Spotted A. Gotta go. Reloading.
Spike down A.
Got one.
Flash. Throwing charge.
I'm out of here.
flashing.
Thirty seconds left. Last player standing.
Last try.
I'll shut them down. Until then, survive.
Go, go, go. Gotta go. I will not die today. Reloading.
Is it shift?
Shutting them down. One suppressed.
No peeking.
Target sighted A.
Throwing
Nice. Sensor tripped.
Go, go, go. Reloading.
Target spotted A.
Multiple targets A. Gotta go. No peeking. Reloading.
standing.
Make them regret their choice of profession. I'm out of here.
Yes, there is a nice tank there.
Go, go, go.
I don't know. Shift, guys, shift.
Dropping smokes.
Oh my god.
Spike down
I
A.
know. I got spike.
No, don't go from it there. Rotate.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Reload. Found the spy. Gotta go. Drop in a smoke. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
30 seconds left.
Pew pew. Refreshing.
One
Go, go,
enemy
go.
remaining. Spike
Reloading.
down B. Ten seconds left.
Knife deployed. Spike retrieved.
Nice one.
I worked up an appetite on that one. Now we start a winning streak of our own, aye? Gotta go!
It's down. Guns up. Get deadly. Suppressing.
Enemy spotted mid.
Target spotted B. I'm out of here. Have fun of these. Reload. My ult is ready. Throwing net. Reload. Multiple targets B. You blink. Woo! I'm out of here.
One enemy remaining.
Suppressing. One suppressed.
Over there. Coming through.
Grenade.
Spike plant. Gotta go. They think themselves are equals. They are mistaken. Go, go, go! Thanks.
Who needs a buy?
Saving. I can buy. Who needs what? Hable tayo. I'd rather win. Gotta go over there. Over there.
Enemy spotted mid.
Spike down B.
I got spike.
One enemy remaining.
There.
A.
Nice, ace.
I'm out of here.
So nice.
Let's blow them over. Go, go, go! I'm out of here.
Keep up.
Target spotted B. Take this! Shot one! Go, go, go! My ult's ready! Ultimate ready! Gotta go! Reloading!
The hunt
Pull
begins.
them to their grave! Reeling them in! Gotta go!
One enemy remaining.
Our story ends here! Spike planted! No escape!
Knife deployed. Grenade out.
Flawless.
I'm out of here!
Nice
There's no
kill.
need for the enemy to suffer. Kill them fast. Go, go, go!
Guys, I'm so bad. Okay? Don't blame
And my
me.
connection is 5 wherever.
Please don't blame me for my bad play.
Let's get this done.
Don't worry. GG.
Dropping smokes. Here! I'm out of here! This way! Reload. Night, night! My ult's ready. Go, go, go! Give me those back.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted mid.
One enemy remaining.
Watch out! Gotta go! Back like I never left! Go, go, go! Damn right we're crushing it!
I can buy for you.
Go, go, go! Gotta go! Need a drop. I'm out of here now. There. I'm out of here.
One enemy remaining.
Can I trade my powers in for invincibility?
Go, go, go!
Much prefer that.
My advice, don't get shot.
Clear to engage. Weapons hot. Shutting them down.
Dropping smokes.
One suppressed.
Yeah, cat. Face your fear!
No one walks
Go,
away.
go, go!
Flash. Flashbang.
No escape.
Target spotted.
Reloading. Duck.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
That's right.
Catch your breath. Not that I need to, of course.
Gotta go! There.
Spike here. Spike's here. Let's fly.
I'm out of here.
Target spotted A.
Yours come from behind.
Eyes down.
Last
Spike
player
carrier's
standing.
down. Got spike.
Spike down A.
Reflection. Their death demands our attention. Gotta go! Let's go!
Suppressing.
Gotta go! Watch this!
One suppressed.
Give me those back.
Target
Lock in
sight
sight.
A. Fragment.
Lock in sight.
Reloading.
Headshot.
This way! Sensor destroyed. Have one of these?
Target 86. Knife deployed.
Enemy spotted.
One enemy remaining.
Target spotted. Reloading. Go, go, go! All enemies accounted for. Drop in a smoke.
Last
Over there.
round before the switch.
Spend wisely or spend foolishly. Just spend.
I have
I'm
extra
out of
money
here.
if anyone needs.
Keep up.
Let's keep up.
I'm out of here. Have one of these. The hunt begins. Coming through. Watch out.
Enemy spotted A.
Target sighted A.
Nice drive.
Prepare for hellfire. Last player standing.
Who's next?
Switching sides.
Don't get shot. Human
I'm
brains
outta
are hard
here.
to replace.
Oh shite, I lost my pet rock. Enemy spotted B.
Target sighted B.
Gotta go.
Target sighted B.
Go, go, go.
Target spotted B.
Flashbang.
Gotta go. Reloading. Enemy
Knife
spotted.
deployed.
Take this.
Force suppressed.
Target down.
Spike down B. Thirty seconds left. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Go, go, go. I'm out of here.
Clutch.
Too slow.
God damn.
Gotta go.
You are fucking good.
Thank you.
미쳤는데? Neon, leave some for me, yeah? Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Gotta go.
Tangles incoming. Light them up.
Dropping smokes.
B.
I'm out of here. It's blocking sight. Watch out. Cat.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
I'm powered down, restart me. You leave me for scrap, I'll kill you.
I'm out of here. Go, go, go. I'm out of here. Gotta go.
Target sighted.
Enemy spotted A.
Go, go, go. Gotta go.
Oh dear. Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Thrifty.
I'm out of here. Well, that was embarrassing.
Var försiktig. The battlefield changes with every play.
Gotta go. Go, go, go. I'm out of here.
Get on with it.
Enemy spotted B. Ugh.
No surprise. No surprise.
Flash!
Last player standing.
Activating kill mode. That's a joke. Kill mode is default.
I'm out of here. Gotta go. Go, go, go.
Wrap 'em up, Morky.
I'm out of here.
Face your fear!
I'm out of here.
I know exactly where you are.
Go, go, go.
Spike planted.
Take this. Enemy spotted A.
Alright. Refreshing. That's a kill. My ult is ready. Reloading.
Last player standing.
Back like I never left.
Last player standing.
Hi. Fight's not over, you know. Gotta go. Go, go, go. Gotta go. Quick feet, quick trigger.
Who's next?
Dropping
Here
smoke.
we go. Have one of these.
Flash!
Spike planted.
Hostile KIA! Suppressing! Two suppressed!
Last player standing.
It's gonna be a difficult match.
One downside to being immortal. I can't play dead. Go, go, go!
Let's play safe. Don't push.
I'll show them. Lintik kayo.
BB.
Two sub. No one walks away. I need a reset.
Take this!
B.
Gotta go!
Requesting manual reset.
Prepare for hellfire!
Emergency reset.
Ultimate's ready. Pull them to their grave! Nothing there. Target spotted. One.
Last player standing. Thirty seconds left. Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
I got your backs. Just, you know, from the front. Go, go, go! I'm out of here. Gotta go. Dropping smokes. Reloading.
Face your fear!
Go, go.
Spike planted.
Sensor drift. Enemy spot. Hold on. Target spotted. Target down.
Taken out.
Last player standing.
Here we go! Shocking! important than words on a brief. Look out for each other. I'm out of here.
Charlie Mike.
I'm out of here. Target sensor tripped. No surprises. Throwing net.
Spike planted.
Bye. Enemy spotted A. Here.
Good riddance.
Flash. Suppressing. 2 suppressed.
Last player standing.
Tango down.
One enemy remaining.
My ult
Match
is ready.
point.
Combat is a means to an end. And we are the means. Ah, break's over.
I guess B. Maybe.
The hunt begins.
Go, go, go!
Oh my god.
Grenade. Reloading. Suppressing. 1 suppressed.
Enemy spotted.
Spike down mid.
Gun here.
Reloading. Enemy spotted.
Attacker spawn.
No.
Peeking.
30 seconds left.
Reloading.
No surprise.
Prices. Throwing net. Sensor tripped.
One enemy remaining.
Back like I never
10 seconds left.
Dying would have sucked.
Everyone's motor functions okay? I know humans get tired.
Gotta go.
Maybe.
Spike planted.
Kill.
Sensor tripped.
Bye-bye. Watch out. Enemy spotted.
Target spotted B.
I know exactly where you are.
Last player standing. Attackers win.
Approached Roan. He sneezed because he was embarrassed. His mother overtook him swiftly and cuffed him to one side. He wailed. The wail of a 600-pound Kodiak bear cub is a remarkable sound. Roan gave ground a pace. "I think," he said carefully, "that we'd better talk things over. But if this is an illegal colony, of course you're under arrest, and anything you say will be used against you." Huygens grimaced again. "Right," he said. "But now if you'll walk close to me, we'll head back to the station. I'd have Sourdough carry your bag. He likes to carry things, but he may need his teeth. We're 1/2 mile to travel." He turned to the animals. "Let's go," he said commandingly. "Back to the station. Hup!" Grunting, Sitka Pete arose and took up his duties as advanced point of a combat team. Sourdough trailed, swinging widely to one side and another. Huygens and Roan moved together. Faronel and Nugget brought up the rear, which of course was the only relatively safe way for anybody to travel on Lauren 2, in the jungle, a good 1/2 mile from one's fortress-like residence. But there was only one incident on the way back. It was a night walker, made hysterical by the lane of light. It poured through the underbrush, uttering cries like maniacal